So next up we'll do the reel. So reel, I'm going to include the bearing housings. So basically I'll pull that apart, pop all the screws in there. As far as I can see, nothing needs replacing besides the height adjusting bolts. One of them is bent. You're probably not going to see that on camera. That is bent. You can buy replacements, so I will replace them. Okay, so I'm going to remove the bearings from each end of the reel and also the bearing shields. They slip in front of the bearings. So sometimes you can just pull these straight off. If you can, that means your shaft is worn. Not ideal. So you don't want that bearing to be able to be pulled off easy. It needs to be press fitted on there. So to get this off, I'm going to use my gear puller. Just hook it in behind, wind it on. It's the most simplest thing. So my gear puller is not long enough. It's only 75mm. Obviously I need a bigger one. So to get this bearing off, let's try something different. So we'll first try 2 screwdrivers, one on each side. We'll use this as a lever effectively. Alright, no glory, bit of lubricant. So basically tapping that just sort of vibrates that, allows the lubricant to penetrate easily. Hopefully that assists us in removing this. Alright, so it's literally probably taken me about 45 minutes to get to this point. So basically I've been wedging this bearing further and further and further and further off. It was on there so tight, it's not funny. If I had a bigger gear puller, it wouldn't have been a problem. I would have just been able to hook on straight on. No worries, would have pulled it straight off. I don't have a bigger gear puller, so I've had to bugger around a little bit, but I've gotten there. As you can see, I've probably got it about 20mm off the end here, so it still needs to come off further. However, now I can grab it with my gear puller. And right, as you can see, the gear's off. That will be replaced, as will the other one. This should slide off now. Still quite dirty. I couldn't get in there while I degreased everything. I think I know why. I think I know why it was so difficult to get off. Someone has replaced the bearing already probably due to a bit of wear. So they've knocked a couple of holes on the shaft here. Now those, when you sort of get like a nail punch or something like that and knock holes in there, it actually creates a raised little divot, and those little raised parts actually hold the bearing on there. That, I assume, is why it was so difficult to get this bearing off. Anyway, that's good, bearing's off, we can keep going. Okay, so next is the front roller. Now I have actually decided to completely replace the front roller. So my front roller cradle bracket, the thread down here is half missing. The hole up here, probably hard to see on the camera, but the hole up here where the shaft goes through is actually an oval shape. It's just had that much wear, it's gone to an oval. And down here, half the bracket here has actually just been scraped off. It's probably just been scraped across the concrete or the edge on a concrete edging or something like that. So you can buy a new one of these. I plan on doing that. I also plan on replacing the actual roller. So I will get probably a stainless steel one with ball bearings in the end. It's a much smoother ride, and I think the stainless steel one sort of sets the mower off a little bit. It makes it look nice. However, it's not necessary. I could still use this. It's not in a very good shape. The shaft that actually runs through the roller, it looks like someone's probably tried to weld that up at some point and absolutely made a mess of it. They did the same at this end. Actually, it sort of looks like they've used that putty that turns into steel. That's sort of what it looks like, and it's just totally made a mess. The shaft probably is not even straight, and that's probably why the hole's gone to an oval. So we'll replace that as well. The end here is all very sharp. It's a total write-off, to be honest. So anyway, I'll show you how to pull apart the front roller. On the roller there's 3 pop rivets on each end. Basically all you have to do is drill out the pop rivets and then pull the end caps off. And I'm almost 100% sure as soon as you do that you're going to find an absolute mess. Just mud and soot and grit. Just seems to accumulate in these rollers like crazy. So I'll quickly do that and I'll show you. So basically once you've drilled out the prop rivets, you just pull the end caps off and then you'll have the front roller deassembled. So it is quite difficult to drill these out, only because the pot rivet spins in on itself. There's no way to hold the pot rivet. So you saw me have the drill on an angle. If you have the drill on an angle and just lightly apply pressure, it slowly wears away they're only aluminium pot rivets, so it slowly wears it away, and eventually you fall through. So. So one end was tighter than the other, as I suspected. Inside the roller, an absolute nightmare. It is full of absolutely everything: grease, grime, dirt, grass clippings. Not sure if you can see, but inside that tube is full. So basically you'd clean all that up, pop your ends back in, new pop rivets, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, your rear roll is good again. So you might clean that up, paint it, or maybe polish it or something like that. Anyway, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put this probably straight in the bin. It's pretty much useless. The shaft is buggered. One less thing for me to clean, I suppose.